Hey guys, welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don here. I want to talk about my frustrations currently with faxes. Okay, so this whole purpose right now is to increase the amount of referrals getting from primary cares, right, from referral sources. So that's the whole focus right now. And because that's what Chet Evans calls like the Dream 100, or in Strategic Coach they call the Top 20 in the Farm Club. Basically, these are people that really can produce a lot of referrals for our practice, right? And they're the people that are giving upwards of $20,000 to $30,000 a year. And these are people that I want to move them up to giving more. And a couple of things that I'm working on. One is the faxes, and the other one is kind of doing a more specific list. And I've talked about this before, but let me just take you back. I haven't listened to that one. Within my medical record, I can print out within the last year all the referring doctors that have sent me patients, or basically when we put the referring doctor on there, we can see that. And then I can see how many patients I have from each doctor. So for example, some doctors I have 80 referrals, and some I have 2. And the whole goal is to take those that have 2 and bring them up to the 80. And as I've been thinking, the best way of doing that, or the easiest way of doing that, is taking practices. Let's say they have 4 doctors. One practice has 80 patients, one has 40, one has 10, and one has none. The easiest way is to already take a practice that we're getting a lot of referrals from one doctor, and then trying to up the other doctors. Because they already know us, they already like us, they already trust us, and so we just have to get that up. So I'm trying to figure out different ways of doing that. The traditional ways, which have been just frustrating, I know in theory, but I find hard to do, which are like the lunch and learns, which you go there and teach them something, or the meet and greets, where you just go there and set up. And the main drawback, I want to be frank, is getting those set up. And I've tried my office manager to do it, I've tried an assistant to do it. I need a good who to set those up. And so what are some things you could use? Like fancy hands to do that. You could use your own staff in the house. I've tried even using my wife to do that when the kids are at school. And it was hard. It was hard. But maybe with this new rendition of talking to people that were already getting referral from would be a good idea. Okay, so that's what kind of the plan is now. You print that out. That can be very easily done in Athena. That's a medical record we use. You probably have your own, and you just kind of bump up those ones that are already good producing practices to produce even more. And then the second thing I'm trying right now is, I got a letter recently from my doc, and I was like, that was cool, and I've tried sending them out, but I haven't really got a good response. So I'm trying to do faxes now. And so within my medical record, there's 2 ways of doing it. One is we use this eFax thing, so I could just do a little letter on Google Doc. And there's a new cool thing within Google Docs. If you go to the settings section or the file section, you can add a watermark. So I'll kind of walk you through it. What I did is I added our letterhead as a JPEG, which is an image file, to the watermark. So it's in the background. And then I adjusted the margin so I could write a letter. So I put a letter in there. And then I can you print it as a PDF. You save it as a PDF, and it looks like the letterhead with the letter on there. And then you can send it via eFax. And so I've been trying that. So basically, when I'm seeing a doctor referring me someone that I don't recognize or I want to get to know better, I was doing it through eFax. But there's another way I can also do it right through my medical record. And so we're already faxing over our notes to them, right, via faxing when you do that note after their visit. But what this does is I can make another type of a letter. Instead of a follow-up or a new patient letter, I can do just a whatever letter. And I made my own letter. And the hard thing is you have to do it via HTML, which is kind of a pain. And they did the first ones for us, and then I kind of figured it out. With that, I can make a letter, and I can send it to them without being based on a patient. And I can do it in the same patient file. It just doesn't pull in the patient information. The cool thing about that is it goes directly to them, and it's really hard to ignore it. So they're gonna see, and I put in there some questions of like how, just reaching out. I saw a patient, don't know to see your patients. How do you want to be communicated to? How often? Any typical things that you need help with foot and ankle that I can help you with. That's what I put in that letter. So that's kind of the frustration with my faxes. I'll keep you guys posted on this journey to see how this works. Okay, guys. Once again, join Podiatry Practice Mastery if you have not. We're working this month on a kind of like a collaboration on the focus is on plantar fasciitis. So in Podiatry Practice Mastery, there's patient presentations is the first thing. That's where I share all my patient presentations in Google Slides. You can get those. But then underneath, I'm doing these collaborations. This month it's on plantar fasciitis. So I'd like you to go in there and put your tips, what really works well for you, and then you can also learn what others are going to do. And when that's all done, then I will present that collaboration to everyone. Okay? Great, guys. Have a great day.